because their skin in the game is giving up the land and covering it with their insurance. So I guess I looked at this as being a partnership between the school district and the city, but then for the operation of it, we're really not involved at all. It's really driven by the parents and by the people who be using it. There's no...
Just kind of consider this to be the city of Rushford's endorsement of the project, so to speak.
Yeah, endorsement plus
Yeah.
30 grand
What's that?
to
Oh, for
provide a
paving?
base and pave it?
That will be expensive. I don't know, because we'll have to take a look and see what kind of base we have to put underneath it. It doesn't need to be like a street section. It's not gonna be 6 inches of bituminous. It's gonna probably be a couple, 3 or 4 at the most, and a drain. That's about it. And then it'd have to be painted every fall. Because you don't want, obviously, you don't want black pavement, because the sun will beat down on that and will kick the ice out quicker.
But that'll have to be then plumbed into the storm sewer?
No, just a drain that would drain out towards the ball field. There's a low ground right there, so it'll drain. You just pop the cap. We built one of these in Watertown. It's really not that difficult to construct. And I believe that the paint would be, for the most part, we've got a commitment, at least in the short term, that it would be donated, and parents would take care of painting and maintaining that.
How does the whitewashing or painting affect the use as a skate park? Did you guys do that in Whitewater also, or? I mean, I'm just wondering, you know,
Seen that application done quite a bit.
Okay.
It's just regular paint. It shouldn't be a problem with it. It's no different than striping on a street and hitting that in the summer.
And this is nice just to kind of move the project forward, I think. We're not committing ourselves to doing asphalt this year. We're gonna take bids and we'll see what the costs are.
Correct, and if not, we'll at least get the rock down, and that'll provide a better surface than what they had last year. That way we're not trying to flood it in February. We'll get rid on it in December, so we can start making ice. And we can budget for the asphalt for a time in the future. It's gonna take a little while for the skateboard group to design and then fundraise for that anyway. So we're not looking for any city involvement money-wise to build the whatever ramps and things that they're gonna want in the skateboard park. They're looking at the designs that they've had over in Winona, probably as a start point, because my understanding was that was all done by local kids.
All right, well, I'll make the motion to purchase the boards for $1,500 and take bids for paving areas with asphalt.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Holland, second by Mr. Dahl. Any discussion?
I really think that this is, if we can move this responsibility to the community ed program, I have no problem at all spending the $1,500 or donating $1,500 to offset the cost of those boards. But I really don't think that the city belongs back in the recreation business. We should leave that to this hockey organization, and we should leave it to the community ed program and support it as we can. That's my philosophical difference, I guess, with the motion.
Chris, can I give input?
Please stand up and state your name for the record.
My name's Terry Lesser. I'm representing the Rushford hockey rinkers, basically. I'm the one that came to the board a year ago to get you guys on board with it. And just kind of, I know Steve made mention to, you know, there's community people that want to be involved in this, and we have a group that would take care of the maintenance on the boards. My experience has been that in most cities, the city is actively involved in these type of projects because there's different things that the city can bring to the table, and the school board is involved in projects like this, but it takes local involvement from ourselves. This can't be a city project where now it's, the city guys are out there flooding the rink weekly basis and doing all this stuff. It's gotta be a group of concerned citizens that are involved in it, and that's what I represent, is a group that we already have together. We've shown that, we are dedicated to it. I mean, we put in hundreds of hours last year to this thing. Building them, we built them ourselves, we didn't charge any labor. The funding came from different organizations. We also hauled the boards, moved the boards, stored the boards, and anybody that was involved with it knows that that is a tremendous amount of work. And I believe that's what this is about today, find a permanent location for those boards in such a way that it works for the city, works for the school board, works for the city, and works for the community, where they look good, they're taken care of, it's something we can be proud of. It's not going to happen if we just dump it over to the city and say, okay, city, here you go, you bought these things, they're your problem, you got to paint them, you got to fix them, you got to do everything else. It won't work. It won't work for more than a couple of years. It's going to take the community involved, and that's where myself and others represented here tonight will take on that aspect. We've already done it. We'll take on that aspect to raise funds for these things. Get the Lions Club involved. Get some of these older gentlemen. Get some of these other groups in town involved in this project. And I think it's a great community tying project. I mean, we had a lot of response last winter. We had a lot of good response from this last winter. I was supposed to mention tonight, we also have a group, and anybody that's involved in hockey knows this. It's Mike and Sports over in Houston. They gave us, Caledonia. They gave us 6 sticks. Late in the season, 6 sticks. These sticks are very expensive sticks. These are composite sticks. They want to come on board with more. They want to bring more sticks to for these kids and get these kids skating over here. We have people that want to dedicate or raise money to get skates for kids that don't have skates. We want this thing to be bigger than just putting some boards up and use it if you want to. It's got to be bigger than that, or it's got to be a community project. They want to come on board. Mikey wants to come on board this fall with more sticks and advertising in any way he can help. And he lives local here. I just got the name tonight, but his name is Wes Meyer. He lives right in town here. He wants to see this thing happen too. There's a lot of people that want to see it. A lot of former skaters when we were younger want to get back on the ice, have a place we can skate, and get those pickup games going, get some fun going, have some community involvement. And so, yeah, we're dedicated, and we're called, in fact, I want to give you guys one of these real quick, if I can have a minute. This is for all you guys. You don't forget our name real quick.
I have a question, Terry. What kind of boards are these? Are these,
Christmas gift. Vern, we got to get you one because you're the hardest to sell.
No, I'm not the hard sell. You're misunderstanding it.
No, I know. You're bringing the arguments up. We got to answer them. So, but here I want to show what type of. You were asking what type of construction. This is what we constructed last year, right here. Right here. The full, complete rink. All these boards come down and can be stored. We made a little better system than this. We have rebar that can be driven right down the blacktop or the gravel. Holds these nice and stable, and it's full regulation. This is what we want to do. We want to keep that thing up permanently, so we can do rollerblade hockey. There's a lot of people that rollerblade hockey. Groups that come from Winona State to come on rollerblade hockey. There is no rollerblade hockey set up over there anywhere. They have to skate on church parking lots. I know because I've skated with them. This is the guys on the hockey teams over there. So we can get people coming over here to skate over here in the summer, and we can get community involvement here. We've already talked to a few, and I think Steve has too, people that would be interested in actually getting some ramps and boards built and stuff that we can lift out of the way when we want to do something else. We want to get a broom ball game, these can be lifted out of the way. We can play broom ball, multi-use. And your question was, Vern, why doesn't community ed just want to take this on? Community ed has a lot of things they're doing. They don't want to be maintaining all this type of a setup. So,
and I understand it becomes, I'm not necessarily talking about the maintenance aspect of it. What I'm talking about is getting so involved that in a program that we just spent years getting out of.
yeah, I don't know about all that program. I just know that if lines aren't defined real clearly and we don't get set up what each party's going to be doing, it gets crossed. I think the city actually got into a little more than they wanted to last year because, we had to work the bugs out.